Is your browsing experience a little bit stale? Well, stick around because I'm going to be diving into some brand new features that just landed to the Arc browser. What's up, friends? Paul here and welcome. In this video, we'll be diving into the brand new Arc Max browser features. They just announced this the other day. Actually, I think it was just a day ago. I don't know, it depends on when you're listening to this, but it was a day ago as of recording this. Stick around because we're going to be answering what Arc Max is and how to get it and how to use it. So if that's something that you're interested in, stick around. They had this amazing live event where they basically, this is the first ever that they did, streamed live from Brooklyn, New York, and it was something else. And if you haven't used Arc before and you're looking for something new, so perhaps you're like me and you've been using something like Google Chrome for a long time. Maybe you've tried out some other browsers. I've definitely done that. I've tried out like Mozilla Firefox, Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, may it rest in peace, Brave, Apple Safari, Opera. They all work, but they are hard to compare to how well Google Chrome does most things. So to be honest, I typically just go back to Google Chrome because I just love it. It's familiar. However, recently I've been gravitating towards this new browser called the Arc browser by the Browser Company. A phenomenal team behind this browser, just very down-to-earth human. And I think this live event is just a testament to that. And so basically it was like this, they were doing like this, I don't know what era it is, but like an old newscast. If you can see those little just thumbnails from it, it was just funny just to see how they did it. Just down to earth. And so we're just going to be going through all of the highlights from this event. And I'm excited to share with you how they're basically revolutionizing how you browse the web. As you'll notice, the color of YouTube is not your typical. And this is one of the features that they have, is the ability to customize websites, how you experience it, and, you know, different, like even the bar here is a different color. You'll notice it's kind of like a blue, and that's done through what's called boosting. And I made one called Clean YouTube. And so like if we went to the home page, I kind of cleaned it up, made it the way that I wanted it to be. And let me show you, bring it over so that, you know, you can change the color around. Immediately you're seeing everything change colors. So it's really neat to have that level of customization. You can change the text. You can zap things, so remove elements that you don't want to see from a page. I'm telling you, if you want a full walk down of like all the basic features of Arc, I encourage you to watch my previous video on Arc. I'll try to link it somewhere in the show notes or on the top. But it's just a very unique browser, and they make features that you didn't ask for, but make the browsing experience just a little bit more unique. And so perhaps why would you be interested in the Arc browser to begin with? First of all, it's built on the basis of Google Chrome. It's Chromium browser. So if you love Chrome and are looking for something similar but different, this might be a good option, because Google Chrome, it's great, but it's kind of gotten a little bit stale. It just works, but hasn't been very innovative. Whereas the Browser Company, within the short period that it's been around, they've been going nonstop, full speed, just a fun, awesome team. Okay, so let's dive into what exactly is Arc Max. So basically, again, in this,
it's really easy. Just go to your Arc command bar and type Max.
Max.
M-A-X.
It's hilarious.
That's simple.
Keep it all down.
But yeah, so basically in this live event, they went through all the new features in this Arc Max. And basically what it is they're adding AI to the browser. And just in case you're curious how to do that and what features they're going to be adding, all you have to do is press Command L, and that will bring up this search bar. And what we can do is we can type in Max. And so right now I have it enabled. Let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to turn off Max just so you can see what this looks like. We're going to go back, type in Max, and then, let me go back again. So Max, enable AI features. So this is probably what you'll see, turn on Max for the first time, something like that. And so you can click on this, and then here you have the ability to turn on Max, and this will enable all of these new features. There's a total of 5 new AI-based features that we're going to be diving into and explaining how to use them and what their benefits are. So you have Ask on Page, you have 5-second previews, tidy tab titles, tidy downloads, and ChatGPT in the command bar. No more having to open up a new tab and go to ChatGPT. You can do it with a simple shortcut, which is pretty awesome. So we're going to dive into all those. But first of all, this is how you turn on Max. Is you just click Turn on Max, and voila, all of these are now enabled. So the first feature, if you're ready to dive into it, is going to be Ask on Page. The Ask on Page feature takes finding information on a page to a whole new level instead of finding keywords on a page like you would typically. So let me actually turn this off for a second just to illustrate what I mean. So let's go to this page, and if I press Command F, you see it opened this Find in Page section, and I'm going to just type in James Clear, and you get a typical, answers of things. You just find the different times that it appears. However, once we turn on the Ask on Page, it's a whole nother experience. So now you can find or ask. So I'm going to ask it, are there any articles on habit building? And I'm sure there are. Knowing James Clear, let's see. So they tell you like how to stick to, yes, according to the webpage, there are several articles about habit building, and it goes and shows you which ones they are. And they even, tell you where they are. So I can just click here, find on page. Oh, make sure it's accurate. Let's see. Quote not. So maybe this is a bug. We're discovering this firsthand, but typically it finds it exactly where it is on the page. So let me try this since I know that there's a bio. Who is James Clear? Let's see what they come up with. So according to the webpage, yada, 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 James Clear is the author who wrote. And so let's see if it quote not found, make sure it's accurate. Let me just reload the page just in case there's something up here. Okay. So now we're going to try to find who is James Clear. So let's find on page. So, it's a new feature. There's probably going to be some things that might not work right away, but typically speaking, it should come to this section or, highlight these different sections and bring you right to it. But I guess sometimes it might not always work 100%, but kind of neat that you can ask questions about the page. So like, what is a good method to stick to habits? Let's see if they've got a good answer for this. The paperclip strategy is a good method to stick to habits. Let's see. Quote not found. Make sure it's accurate. Maybe I'm just getting a little bit of an issue with it. But typically you can find the answer quickly on the page. So yeah, it's really simple to use it. You just press Command F, and that brings up this dialog box, and then you can type in whatever you want. And you press Enter, and then you find the information on the page. So I think this feature will be a game changer for reading articles or research papers to find the important information faster. The next thing that we're going to be talking about, and this one I love, is 5-second previews. So, you're going on Google, you're searching, and you want to find information, and usually you just have to click into a link and go to a bunch of different websites to find the information. However, with the 5-second preview, it's a whole new experience. Basically, you can get a quick summary and decide if it's the right page before committing. So basically, all you have to do to use it, and I think it's automatically enabled on things like Google. So you see here, without me even doing anything, I just put my mouse over it. It gives me this nice little image, and it creates a summary of what's on this page. And I can quickly decide, okay, this is what I want, or no, it's not. Let me show you a different one. So I just highlight over here, and it's like taking basically the article and breaking it down. So all of a sudden, I can see the key points of this article with just a hover of the mouse. And that's amazing. You can also do this with, I think let's see here. You can do this on, let's say this page, just a random website page. Let's say newsletter. If I hold down Shift, it's going to generate basically an idea of what this is. It's giving me all this crazy information, like the frequency of the newsletter when it's sent, audience size, the format, basically all the key information that you might want to know about the newsletter before I even click on it. That is amazing. So, and it's so simple to use. Again, you just hit Shift and then it gives you a quick summary of what that link is going to look like. So definitely a really neat feature. You can even use it for recipes. So if I search for chocolate chip cookie recipe, why not? It sounds great. All of a sudden, I can see the ingredients, step-by-step guide. Let's see if they've got any more. Yeah, so I can see maybe I don't have cornstarch, then I can't make it. And then, yeah, so this is just like a game changer of how you browse the web. Just this. I mean, I've never seen a browser have a feature like this. It's revolutionizing how we browse the web. So no more clicking on links blindly. You can get a quick summary just by hovering over a link. The next feature I'm going to talk about is Tidy Tab. Tidy Tab titles, the triple T's. So basically what this does is it takes like a long title. Let's say you're shopping on Amazon and you've got like tons and tons of tabs. You know who you are if you got tons of tabs, and like it's hard to distinguish what tab is what. And so what you can do is simply, instead of having it in the Today tabs, you can save the tab by just simply dragging it up here and it will magically rename it. So Arc Max event. That's what this, they're introducing Arc Max browser event. And so it just quickly summarizes it and makes it really short so that if you shorten the view, all of a sudden these ones are like hiding things and you can't see it. Whereas like you move this over and let's say this one right here, I can move it up here. Let's see what it says. Best internet pictures. We are in Unsplash. Isn't that amazing? Let's move this one up and see what it says. Stick with habits, how to stick with habits every day. So, and you can even rename them if you need to, but just that in and of itself, like all of a sudden you clean up the whole experience. It's phenomenal. Okay. So that is Tidy Tab titles. Next up, we have Tidy downloads. If it wasn't enough to have Tidy Tab titles, we also get Tidy downloads. I just love the names of these. Okay, so we're going to go back to Unsplash and we're going to just download this random picture of a person with a laptop. And so we're going to just click download free. And then look, it renamed it. So this was the original title. And because I had already downloaded this, full disclosure, I had downloaded just to test it out. So there's two of them now. So there's a one there, but it was just Grayscale MacBook typing. And you can see the previous title. It's just this like jumbled, code that probably identifies the image on Unsplash, something that you personally don't really need to understand, or Unsplash, you probably don't need that information. So it just simply names it Grayscale MacBook typing, and that's exactly what this image is. So all of a sudden, there's no more guessing what that random, thing that you downloaded that has like this gibberish. It's so clear and simple. So I love that. Okay. So that's Tidy downloads, just making your browsing experience that much better. And if it wasn't enough, with all these different AI features, there is ChatGPT in the command bar. So all we have to do is press Option Command G, I guess for GPT. And look, it's up. We just get this bar and we can simply type, let's say, what is Arc Max? I don't think it's going to have an answer because it's brand new. Let's see what it generates for us. That's amazing. As of my last knowledge update in September 2021, I don't have specific information on Arc Max. So it wants more details because I'm on the free version ChatGPT, so it probably doesn't have all the latest information. And actually, when I asked it previously, I guess I asked, how does Arc Max work? And this was the funniest thing. Arc Max sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. Are we talking about super cool gadget, a cutting edge technology, or maybe a secret society's code name? So that's what it thinks of. Honestly, for me, what Arc Max reminds me of is just like Apple products where they like come up with these fun names like Max Pro and like Ultra. Like they're basically making up all these different, massive, awesome, crazy, names. Anyways, fun stuff. And so I just like, I'm super excited to see the innovations you have. Again, ask on page, finding things and asking questions about like news articles, research papers. Like it's going to make, finding information so much easier. And then you've got the 5-second previews, just hovering over things and getting the bullet points of information that you might need to make a decision on whether to click on a link. Your browsing experience is probably going to be faster. Tidy tab titles, again, you just take that title and bring it up and it will simplify it. I guess that was already simplified. Let's see. I guess I've got too many simple titles already. But anyways, it's just like changing the game. You can have tidy downloads, ChatGPT in the command bar, just like those simple things that just make browsing a whole nother experience. So again, like I am super excited by the browser company. They're just like super innovative. They like poke fun at like old browsers that, are just simple, and they're kind of making a fresh new experience. And that's what's so exciting about it. I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think of the Arc browser? Are you going to switch to it? Do you currently use another browser? What's that like? Let me know in the comments. Let me know whether you're going to be a tester of the Arc Max also, like, and what features you're most excited about. If I had to pick one as my like top favorite, I think it's the 5-second previews. That to me, like just being able to hover over a link and no longer have to click on it, but just like holding down shift, I think that's amazing. And so, yeah, that's my thoughts for this on Arc Max and the future of the web browsers. Again, if you want to learn more about Arc Max, I encourage you to check out my other video on it on this podcast, The Beautiful Mess, and hope you enjoy it. Before you go, be sure to rate, review, subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you're on Spotify, YouTube especially, drop a comment below, and love to have you and join the messy fam here. Okay, that's all for now, friends. Till next time, stay messy.